Hello all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let's crack it. I am back with a new video. This is about the Cognizant interview experience of a 2022 batch, and this is a very latest recent interview, and it was the experience of an ECE student. And before diving into our video, really, if you guys like my content, please subscribe to my channel and also like, share, and comment my videos. And the very first question he was asked is to tell about himself. See, guys, definitely this question is highly anticipated in every interview, no matter what the package is. Self introduction is a very common question, so better if you guys prepare very well about telling about yourself, because your interview will be impacted by what you are telling in the self introduction. So hope you guys should prepare well about your self introduction. And then secondly, he was asked to tell about his family, but normally this question is quite uncommon, and my suggestion is not to include telling about your family details and background in the self introduction until and unless you are asked separately. So for this candidate was asked to tell about his family, so he included. Moving on to the next, he was asked some basic questions on the Python language because he had selected Python as his skill. So I have already stressed the importance of telling about yourself and your resume, because whatever you are telling about, whatever you are including in the self introduction, and also whatever the skills you are including in your resume, definitely the interviewer is going to ask them. So better don't try to fake. Only you try to put the genuine skills you are possessing in the self introduction or your resume. So he was asked what is a Python and also what is a dictionary. These are very basic questions. Moving on, this candidate had also mentioned HTML and CSS as his skills. So he was also asked some basic questions on these topics. What are lists in HTML and the types of it, and also what are style sheets? I mean CSS, cascading style sheets. It is related to that subject. So I think for a person who is skilled in HTML and CSS, these are very basic questions, I think. So you can answer only if you know those languages. Until and unless you know, never try to mention them in your resume or introduction. So this candidate had answered without any issues because he really possesses those skills. And then comes the most famous question and most anticipated question, oops concepts. See, literally these days, whatever and whichever interview we take, this question is definitely asked. So, better you guys should prepare very well all the concepts of oops, like abstraction and encapsulation, polymorphism, and inheritance. So, at least you should try to learn the definitions and a template of it. And then SQL is also his skill. So insert operations in SQL. He was asked about that, and also what is a recursion. I think this is a basic question, and the answer for this will be a function calling itself is called a recursion. Definitely. So he answered these questions too. Moving on to the next, definitely most of the interviewers will ask branch specific questions. Like if you observe here, he belongs to EC stream, so he was asked some basic questions related to EC subjects. What is a diode and what is a flip flop? These are very basic questions, and if you look into them, diode is basically a electronic device used for current transfer in single direction. It is a two terminal device, two terminals. And if what is a flip flop, it is a device used for in storage of the information. It stores the binary digit and the state of it, either 1 or 0. And then he was also asked to code a program for finding the even or odd number. The very simple logic is, if the number is divided by 2 without leaving remainder, it is an even number, else it is an odd number. The simple syntax will be, if n percentile 2 equals to double equals to 0, print even, else print odd. Moving on, he was also asked to tell the logic of a prime number till a given number, and the logic will be to print all those numbers which are not divisible by any other number other than 1 and itself. So basically here we can use the flag, and if a number is divisible by any number other than 1 or itself, you should update the flag to 0 or 1 as your wish, and then printing all other numbers depending on the flag. And then he was asked to tell about a recent experience that made him happy. So friends, really, if you are spontaneous enough, you can share any of your real life experience. But if you are such a candidate, if you are not spontaneous enough or not good at English speaking spontaneously, so better you choose a topic and mentally prepare prior to the interviewer. Like, I'm suggesting you to go to the interview with a ready made situation. You already prepare well about that situation. That's it. And the very last question is whether he had any questions for the interviewer. So most of you might be asking about the feedback. It's not a good habit. So try not to ask the feedback. Instead, you can include questions about your role or work culture, etc. And don't be desperate in asking questions and don't mess it up. Really, if you don't have any questions, you can be very calm and, sir, I don't have any questions. You can reply in that way. Few candidates try to ask some question and they commit mistakes and get a bad impression. So instead, you can also sit calm and reply no questions. That's it. And that's it for today, guys. And thank you so much for watching my video. Really, if you guys like my content, like all my videos, please subscribe to my channel and also like, share, and comment to my videos. I'll be back with a new video. Thank you. Stay safe.